Hello, I'm Michael Sheargold, CEO of Real Estate Results Network, and the purpose of this video is to share with you some of the leading strategies that independent agencies now have available to them and potentially could be available to you and your agency and importantly your team. You know, in my 15, 20 years of coaching experience, it's interesting that I've seen strategy after strategy after strategy that could add a lot of value to an agency, just not add the value simply because the support and the structure wasn't in place to really allow the leader of the business and importantly the team get really capitalize on those ideas. So really in this video, we're going to share with you what the network is about and how potentially it could be your next big move to allow you to achieve even greater results. Now we talk about breakthrough to results. What we're talking about there is if you actually have a break with an old way of doing something, it gives you the best opportunity to have a breakthrough in terms of your performance. So right up front, I thought it'd be useful to actually share with you the vision that we have for the Real Estate Results Network. And that is to bring together the leading independent agencies across Australia and New Zealand into a non-competing specialist network who share ideas, learn from each other, and dramatically enhance their results through membership. Now, what is the network based around? It's based around these independent needs. You see, when I started to actually work in this area, I looked at agencies, and out of my 3,000 coaching sessions in real estate, I could see a lot of agencies doing some great things, but also some agencies having some real challenges. The challenge with being an independent agency, and by the way, there's a lot of benefits as well, but one of the challenges is you need to reinvent everything. You need to actually build everything from the ground up. But if we were operating in a network of non-competing agencies, we'd start to be able to share these ideas, learn from each other, and therefore implement in a far more effective way. So let's have a look at these independent needs. The first one of these is business planning support. Whether we like it or not, you need a great plan that you can operate with and actually work towards achieving. The second point is a stronger point of difference. You know, from franchise groups and other competitors in the marketplace, how do you stand out with even a stronger point of difference? Next is team training and importantly coaching. One of the challenges that I've seen is that a lot of the time the training is ad hoc at best and very, very inconsistent rather than actually creating a platform to build learning and development on top of. So a great business plan, a strong point of difference and a well-trained team to get out there and really make a difference. Of course, one of the distinctions we have in the network is the difference between deal support and performance coaching. What I've found in my 20 years of coaching is that a lot of the time there's great deal support happening within an agency, but there's very, very poor performance coaching. Deal support is how do I get this deal across the line? I'm 10,000 away, I'm 50,000, I'm 100,000 away. What do I need to do to make that happen? Deal support. Performance coaching, on the other hand, is about how do you actually really enhance the performance of your agents? How do you enhance the productivity? And productivity per agent is something that we absolutely measure and monitor within the network. Next important point here is better systems and innovation. As I said before, if you've got to build everything from the ground up, whether you like it or not, quite often implementation and that innovation doesn't happen at the rate that it potentially could. From there, implementation support and strong accountability. I think you probably already know the commitment that you are most likely to break is one you make to yourself. The network actually provides a structure and a framework to start to look about how do we actually create this culture of support and importantly support the implementation of great ideas. Next important point is networking with non-competing agencies. You see, if you're networking with competing agencies, pretty much so you're going to share very, very poor ideas. You're going to keep your top 10 or 20 ideas to yourself. I've had people say that this is networking like they've never seen it before because they're networking with non-competing agencies. They're open, they're sharing just great ideas. From here, a recruitment advantage and importantly, a retention advantage as well. You see, one of the keys is obviously retaining the great people you already have and then importantly having a structure and a strategy in place to recruit great people into your business. You apply those two, you get the mix right to having the right number of people in your team with the right kind of productivity through the training, the coaching and the development and suddenly your results increase dramatically. Next important point is an external sounding board. You know, most of the time I'm about to do this, is that a good idea or a bad idea? And within the network, quite often we'll have other colleagues who've been through the same issue you're going through that you can pick up the phone and ring, you can chat with them on the online forums, or you can actually ring network support and say, hey, I'm doing this, does that sound right, wrong? Is there a better way, a more effective way to do it? Next is benchmarking and results tracking. How are we actually going here? Are we on track, are we off track? Am I paying too much for this or too little for this? Is my productivity per team member great from a property management point of view, from a sales point of view? How does it actually look? Most of the time, we just don't have a feel for what that looks like. But when we start to look at results tracking and the results tracking system, suddenly your results can be clear and understood exactly how you're tracking. And finally, leadership development. And we start to look at this, your business will never outperform your leadership. So one of the things that we're absolutely committed to from a network point of view is enhancing, developing, improving the quality of leadership you have. Very, very simple, very powerful. These are the fundamentals. This is actually how we went about designing the network. We said these are 10 needs that independent agencies have. And if we could design a network that really worked on and solved these particular issues and move them from being a challenge to being a real advantage, what would be possible for those particular agencies? The answer is a high-performing network who share ideas, learn from each other, and dramatically enhance their results through network membership. Now, you may have actually heard that we have the S factor existing within real estate. Let's have a look at what the S factor is and start to see how this comes together. Well, there's a number of S factors that bring together a solution that the network provides. The first thing is you need to have a great strategy. The question is your strategy the most effective strategy it needs to be? Both at your level as a principal, but also importantly from an agent point of view. Then, is your structure right? Is your structure in place in such a way that will make a difference and allow you to achieve the results that you want? Are our standards in place? And does everyone in the team actually operate by those standards? And do we have a set of systems in place that supports the standards with the structure in the strategy we want to achieve? From there, do we have the skills? Have we got a team who have got the kind of skills? So if you put your hand on your heart and said, I'm about to send my troops out to battle, because every time they go out to win a listing, every time they go out to win a new management, they're actually probably going to be competing a lot of the time. Are they fit? Are they game fit? Are they race fit? Are they able to compete brilliantly well against the biggest competitor that you've got and actually bring the business home? From here, do we have the service standards in place? And then finally, do we have the support system around us, internally and also externally for our business, that makes the big difference? The network is designed to provide a solution and address this S factor in such a way that you have a brilliant strategy, a brilliant structure, brilliant standards, systems, a brilliant skill team, in such a way you can deliver amazing service and support not only internally but also externally around the network. Very simple and very, very powerful. So if anything on this particular video has triggered something in your mind where you see there's a potential to actually upgrade and enhance the performance of your business, I strongly recommend you investigate membership and start to explore the possibility that membership could have for you, your team, your marketplace, and then ultimately the results that you achieve. Why? We are called the Real Estate Results Network for a reason. So if you are looking for a breakthrough in your performance, quite simply, the network is the key that will unlock the potential and allow you to achieve absolutely outstanding results. So I look forward to helping you produce even greater results in your business. Remember, the network is designed for high quality, independent agencies who are looking for a significant competitive advantage to stand out in a positive way in their marketplace. Now, on this particular video, there's a number of network members who share their thoughts on what they're gaining out of the network. Please enjoy reviewing those, and I look forward to hearing about your success as you consider and come on board as a network member. Thank you.